Welcome to this new episode of Mission Soul Live. And today we are going to have a conversation that we are so ready to have. And it's a conversation around increasing your capacity to hold more and receive more. You cannot bypass your growth. You cannot bypass embodiment. And so this is such a delicious journey. I was having a conversation the other day with a private client, finishing our messaging and soul coded offering intensive. And we were riffing on what it takes to, what the true game looks like behind the scenes, the things that most people don't see, because it is valid and 100% strategic, and again, valid for you to portray and show and position yourself in the way that better represents the vision and who you are and who you're choosing to be inside your brand. And then there's also what's happening behind the scenes that, as leaders, these are the things that we, without knowing, sign up for and we go through, that really build us into the person that can hold the big empire, that can really hold the big mission brand, online brand, soul, digital business, you name it. And so most people come into the online space with this mindset of, because they see people like talking about achievements, praising and celebrating all the good stuff. There can also be this mindset of expecting things to happen more, like faster than what they actually end up doing. And I know for me, for example, since it's been 10 years now of supporting people with the growth of their digital brand, of their digital empire. I can see some of you are live, so if you're live, say hello so I can see who you are. And I'm so happy to share this moment with you. Hi, gorgeous. So good to see you, Kira. Amazing. Hi, Carrie. So good to see you, sisters. And because I have been behind the scenes, helping visionaries, launching things that they had never launched before and finding success in the process. So for example, online programs in the wellness industry in Latin America, like that's a tough cookie to sell, and helping my clients find success, helping clients go from the offline world into the online world, helping people go from being a yoga teacher and traveling the world, offering cacao ceremonies and whatever, to holding their first international retreats where people are paying anywhere between 5K to 6K to come and have an amazing experience in Costa Rica, and filling up retreats with 43 people. I helped fill in so many retreats. When I went into creating my own online brand, my own coaching and mentorship mission in the online space with Mission Soul, I had this expectation of how things were going to look like during year one. And what a humbling experience that was, of like thinking that things are going to happen at certain speed and all of it. And then all of a sudden I realized why my clients actually hire me. Because, man, like, one of the things that you need to grasp on is that most businesses in the 3D matrix world, when they they have teams of people doing what you are expected to do alone in your online mission. So give me a yes if this makes sense. If you know the many hats that you need to wear to make things happen. So whereas there is a leadership team, and there is like a CEO management team, and there is a marketing team, and there is a sales team, like then there is a social media team, Bitch, you are all of that and more, and so much more, because here's the catch. You're not the average entrepreneur. You are going on these roller coaster ascension journeys, shedding layers of everything that you are not and you still need to leave behind, and in the process keep showing up. So if it sometimes feels like a lot, welcome to the missioned entrepreneurial world. It does. It does feel like a lot sometimes, because there is a lot. And let's not even talk about the difference between having an established brand versus having a brand in the building phases, right? Where you are also expected to look after a baby, basically. um, Everything is from the ground up. So if you're familiar with the process of building a house, you know how dusty it gets, how messy it gets, how people say, oh, I'm going to go, and then they don't show up. It's just chaotic. The process of creating a structure that allows you to hold more and increase your capacity to receive more, it can be chaotic. So I remember, like hiring this mentor, and I dropped close to $16,000 to work with her for a few months. And one of the things, this is a good one. This is actually a little bit deviating from the topic, but since it came through, then I'm gonna mention it. One of the things that came up was that, there was this like pattern of starting, going for it, and then pausing, and then almost like stalling, or just like start, stop, start, stop. And so that looked like, for example, like launch the membership, which has been a year almost of the membership. So I launched it February 23, and doing all of these efforts and receiving clients, and then feeling like I needed to pause, or feeling like I needed to give a step back. And that was really frustrating at the moment. Now that I understand a little bit about my human design, I know that there are aspects within me that when I don't know the answer, and maybe this happens for you, when you don't know the answer, then you need to actually take a moment to find that answer. And that is shit. I'm sorry, but it is, because the people who get the most out of this game are the people who don't have time to think. And so now, coming into my second year in mission, inside this mission with this mission brand, I'm more into the mindset of, let me fail more. Let me fail more often. Let me put things out there. Let me be strategic, but also be impulsive. And let me not stop myself, so I can continue this momentum. And the momentum that is picking up in my life right now is a momentum that I cannot even stop in myself, period. And I'm going to share more about that at some point. But so in order to one of the things, let's now talk about the vision. One of the things that is really going to keep this momentum going and really propel you into more and more and more, it's going to be the vision that you have for your brand. If you've never worked on the vision for your brand, you're going to have the time of your life when you finally sit down and you allow yourself to go into that space. There is a vision for our life, and most people are familiarized with that. But when you hold a mission brand, which is a structure that allows you to receive more humans, that allows you to be like, to channel your soul magic into many different ways, one of the things that is the most supportive to have is the vision for your brand. So, for example, what is this creation going to allow you to experience? Is this mission brand wanting you to travel? Is this mission brand wanting you to go to certain places, to hold a conference, to hold summits, to hold retreats? And in the process of downloading what this vision wants for you, and so, for example, where does she want also to be present? Your brand, we are not playing the third dimensional game inside of Mission Soul, and you know it. We are not in the just let me co-create with my mind game. Not at all. Your mission brand is an entity that is alive. Do you experience this in your life? I'm so curious to know. If you do, drop the word alive in the chat, in the comments. Drop the word alive if you know what I'm talking about. Because if you don't, I'm also so happy to help you step into this place in your life where you experience your brand, your mission brand as a living entity. It is a consciousness. And so when we enter into this co-creative multidimensional game, there are certain directives that our brand, our mission brand, our creation requires us to execute, period. And so, like, for example, she wants to be on YouTube. She tells you now it's time to increase the visibility. We need to go to TikTok, or we need to start going live every single day for a full freaking year. And you can be like, whoa. But at the same time, this is what this conversation is about. Your creation is here to expand you. And the process of expanding your capacity to receive and holding more, it's what ultimately allows you to fulfill the vision and fulfill the mission. It doesn't matter who you thought you were. It doesn't matter how much mental capacity or intellectual capacity you think you have. Things are going to happen, period, because you said yes to this. That's the main difference between light workers and mission souls. Mission souls have a calling, and that calling that fire in the belly won't be put out until you action it, until you do something to create an outlet. And most often than not, this outlet is a mission business. Why? Because that is a structure that allows you to create a culture inside the culture and a world inside the world. I love this so much too. This is creation power 101. And so in the process of you doing the things, what you need to keep in mind, my beautiful brother and sister, is that what are you truly doing? And so this is what the conversation is also about. I have a few of my notes here. What are you truly doing? What is it really happening when you say yes to your mission? When you see the vision, it is done. Like, it's going to continue coming and all of the good things, it's going to continue to expand. But once you can see it in your mind's eye, it is crystallized, it is done, and within you, in your atoms, that this is prophecy to be fulfilled. And so at that moment, what starts happening is that two things get activated. One is you're going to have more interaction, and you are going to start co-creating more consciously with new versions of higher selves. These higher selves are coded with glory, presence, leadership, power. The power that comes from angelic realms, dragon realms, the elemental realms. And you are going to be called to co-create with this version of you more. So in the beginning, this can look something like, okay, so in order to bend time and have this vision that it is done, then, okay, let's go step by step. If that's a vision that is already materialized in the quantum space, that means that there is a version of you that is already a match for this vision. What are her standards? How does she feel daily when she opens up her laptop, when she opens up her eyes, and she goes to her kingdom or queendom to do the things? How does she handle herself? What does she tolerate? What doesn't she tolerate any longer? All of these things. And so this is like a mental process that you can take yourself through to really start tuning into these versions of you, this version of you that is already a match for the vision. I'm grateful for the things that don't happen when you want them to happen, but when you are capable to hold them. Let's go there. It is one thing to have in your mind what something is going to look like and feel like and be like, and it is a completely different thing to have it. So this is why people, for example, win the lottery and they lose everything. People go through massive launches and they burn out. To embrace a sustainable path where you become that person is way more sustainable. And not a lot of people talk about this. So year 1 and year 2 within your mission looks like you are becoming a person who can hold her ground when you see payments are bouncing from clients. When you need to talk to your accountants, go to the bank, organize your mission in a specific way to be able to function. It looks like you are delivering, but you're also building. It looks like you're calling souls in while downloading your body of work. Having a membership has been amazing for me and revealing, because in the process of growing, how amazing it is to have a pool of amazing humans that you deliver your soul magic. But at the same time, there was a huge process of calibrating. I can tell you, for me, I used to get my nervous system triggered every time a recurring payment would come up. I receive money automatically, monthly recurrent revenue every single month. And that is a mission structure. That is an architecture that really supports the growth of my mission. Monthly recurring revenue, right? That's one of the things that we absolutely love. But at the beginning, it was even a work to calibrate my nervous system and don't freak out because I receive money. Why? Because, of course, the programming from the past, oh, am I delivering enough value? Is this blah, blah, blah? Oh my God, mind going everywhere. So give me a yes if you've also gone through process of calibration, where even like receiving money from your gifts, or if you have a membership, or if you have monthly recurring payments also has been a stretch. What not enough people talk about enough in the online space is that in order to hold more, you need to become her. You need to become him. So you think that you're building a brand, but you're actually building her. You're actually building him. This person that can work with clients, show up on social media, lead a movement, download the vision, keep incubating and nurturing the vision. And shout out to you guys, the ones, like a lot of people inside of this community are visionaries. Not every leader is a visionary, but I dare to say that mission souls who say yes to the mission and they go all in with their mission brand and mission soul business, they are 100% visionaries. Because that mission brand, that mission business is no more than an incubator for new timelines that don't exist yet in humanity. 5 years ago, no one was talking about co-creation with like the multidimensional self. Like maybe some people were, but not a lot of people were talking about this. Not a lot of people were talking about quantum healing. What is that? What is that? Now, there's so many people that are quantum healers and people talking about quantum this and quantum that. I want you I really want you to hold in your heart and hold in your mind and in your energy what I'm about to say. This energy, this industry hasn't even begun, hasn't even started to show in the world the full potential. This is a brand new industry. The personal growth industry exists. That is Tony Robbins, I don't know, you name it, these people. The personal evolution industry does not exist until these recent years. And one of the things that has been coming more and more and more clear for me, and I need to go into my process of vision and landing this even more, is that I am going to be one of the people in this planet who is going to be impulsing and talking and a huge advocate of this industry. This is why I don't take Mission Soul lightly. It is sacred to have that handle on Instagram, to have this community. And this goes so much beyond of building a coaching business or, any of that. This is a huge vision and a huge mission that is going to propel a lot of people into new timelines of existence. Because the amount of people that need what you have to offer is ridiculous. They just don't know that you exist. Or sometimes they know you exist, but still, it's just still not easy to get what is it that you do. So that's why the membership also exists. And this is an ongoing process of keep, like downloading all that you are and displaying it in the world. So this is a process of being stretched. And in being stretched, by being stretched means like not chicken out and knowing that there is another level. And in going in the next level and in going into the next level, it's no different than when you go to the gym and you start lifting weights. When you go for more, at the beginning, you don't even think that you can. But as you go for it and you meet your edge and you find out how capable your body is and how strong you are, you really start grasping how capable you are and really meeting your new capacity. So if you're someone that feels overwhelmed by the small things I mean like putting yourself out there, posting, like so many of you have passed that level because you joined the membership and you like no longer you're no longer playing that game. And of course, we have people also inside the membership who are already building movements, but it's like, it's an incubator. It's an incubator and it's still like fitting and showing itself and all of it. Like Kira, for example, I know she's here to lead like something that it just doesn't exist. It's just that doesn't exist. It's something new. It's something that the planet wasn't ready for eons. And now she's one of the luminaries of our time in this regard. For the souls that she's here to help, this is what her movement is about. And so I know if you are someone who, is in taking the action, feels that, oh my God, this is a lot, go find something bigger shoes, go actually take an unbalanced action. This is not the game of the balance. No, and no. I'm sorry to break it for you, but every time you think inside of your mission that you have found a sweet spot, get ready, bitch, because you're going to be stretching to the next level. And it's not because your mentor is going to be there and push you. It's because your higher selves actually do know what you're here to do. And you are called for huge things. So instead of finding the comfort again, find an unbalancing action. Find something that stretches you. It is important that we actually work this actively so that we don't become passive agents in the ocean of, oh my God, here comes a big wave. No, no, no. Grab that surfboard. Learn how to surf. Even if that means that you're going to be completely smashed sometimes by the waves in the middle, in the bottom of the ocean, and you're gonna hurt yourself. But this is the game. You are here to ride big waves. Let me have a look at the comments. Thank you so much for all of this. So super supportive. I have to keep reminding myself constantly that it takes years to build a massive empire, and it's not a personal failing that I don't have a big team doing all the things yet, and therefore still have to juggle so much myself. This just takes time to build out, holding the vision and knowing it's inevitable while being kind to myself in the process. Like, this is the real talk. What Kira just said in the chat, that's the real talk. Who are you when you feel that you are failing? Who are you when you think that, oh my God, there's just still so much more? And you know that there is. And it's in the holding it all that we actually stretch our capacity, because our capacity to hold more inside of a mission and receive more, it's also reached by our capacity to feel more. Feel more and don't make things mean anything. There will be moments when we feel all of this real stuff and the pressure and however it feels at the moment. And the answer is go look after your own self-pleasure. Go rest. Go swim. Go into nature. Go to the sauna. Relax. And there will be moments where you will think for a moment that you're a crawling human being, all fours, brought to your knees by the circumstances and what you're experiencing, only to feel the weight of your wings elevating and rising up and bringing you back, first on your knees and then on your feet, and realize and just have a look around and realize I'm not freaking alone. I am not alone. Let the portal workers step up from within my divine counsel and open the miraculous doorways. Let Joan of Arc, frequency, and beingness step up and come and raise the sword and dissolve all limitations and guard me and equip me and give me back and upload the courage and the strength that's within my soul. I wasn't gonna go there, but I'm gonna go there. At the beginning of this year, last year, it was, man, fuck 2023. Okay, what was that? I feel that when we stepped into 2024, we started seeing online all of these posts from people saying, wow, that was quite the ride. 2023 was quite the ride. And give me a yes, if it felt like, whoa, like a lot of things happened, but at the same time, it was the dynamics of 2023 were so interesting because a lot of things happened, but not things like, but in everything that happened, all we discovered was more of our power, more of our capacity, more of, whoa, I'm this capable. The layers that shed are just the layers that were meant to shed. And it's like, we're stepping into a whole new existence in 2024, and glory to the heavens for that. But at the beginning for me of 2023, it was like experiencing so much pain, so much anxiety, so much sadness, losing my hair because my ex basically didn't want to renew the passports for my daughters in Costa Rica. And so they were trapped in Costa Rica. I couldn't bring them back to Mexico. I had to spend all the money that I had saved. And in the middle of that, I still needed to be a functional lover to my partner, a functional mother to my daughters. I launched a freaking membership in the middle of all of it. I had to deal with judges and lawyers and, oh my God, bureaucracy. Like, you have no idea. And in the middle of all of that, people were signing up for my stuff. I was serving my clients. I had a beautiful beginning of the year in one of the most beautiful beaches in Costa Rica, surrounded by friends. And that pretty much describes what 2023 was. Experiencing the glories and at the same time experiencing the stretch, harder, 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 push, push, push. So you get this sexy body from doing a lot of training, but that training, when you're doing it, it's not pretty, it's not sexy, and it's tough and hard as hell. it's pretty much that. Let me have a look at the comments. Yeah, love how you describe what mission soul means to you. I so see that for you, sister. I love you so much. Yes. There's a lot I know that needs to still download, but I'm open to it. So releasing the programs, being stretched, and we are here for it. So coming back to close this live on the unbalancing force. When I was at that moment, facing this excruciating pain, it has been like years since I remember having an anxiety attack. And like, I remember like waking up in the middle of the night, one night, and it's like, I cannot open up fully everything that I feel to my boyfriend, because to a certain degree, he thinks that this is my fault. I cannot fully own what I'm feeling. I need to keep things together. I need to hold my energy. And I'm also not going to allow myself to be self-destroyed by circumstances that are happening, because that's exactly what the enemy would love to see. That would have been exactly potentially what my ex would have liked to see, because people who are unhealed, they have all sorts of shitty feelings like envy and shit. And I'm like, at that moment, it was really supportive having a mentor, for sure. Because the one question that she brought to me, and I was sharing it the other day inside of the Mini Minds chat, for those of you inside of the Mini Mind who closes today, by the way, the 3 months, it's like the one question she brought is like, what if this is the reason why things work out for you? What if this is the reason why things happen for you? And I'm like, well, if this is the reason why, if this is here for that purpose, then I rise and I make this work on my favor. And so that reframing of what if this thing is here, and what if this is the exact reason why it's going to be, you're going to succeed, things are going to work for you, so helpful. But the other thing was that at that moment when I was experiencing all of that in the full spectrum, people talk about hold the duality a lot in the coaching space, in the female coaching space. I am not here for duality, because if I cultivate duality within me, I'm going to experience a world of duality, and this is not the paradigm that I'm being called for. But I can tell you that in the wholeness of all of it makes the full spectrum, the full circle of all that we are. In Sandrine's teachings, she talks about like the fractal theory. It's like the full circle is unity. It's like the full circle of all that you can experience and go through makes up the fullness of all that you are. And in the middle of that circle, there's a dot. And that dot can amplify and amplify and amplify, and that's you, your presence, connected to your vertical axis, connecting to God, connecting to earth, connecting to all that you are. But at that moment when I was experiencing all of it, I started exercising. I needed to stay. I had my beautiful house here in Mexico, and I was staying in a bedroom at my parents' house with a poor ass mattress, because I think it's the mattress that they have had like for 30 years in that bedroom, like having uncomfortable nights. And I actually started working out again. I started working out and following a routine. I got myself even more uncomfortable. Oh, so is this what life is bringing? Let me lean on this edge. They live in the mountains. I started showering with cold water. And then I bought a dry brush. And so before going to the hot, like to the super cold shower, I would grab the dry brush and dry brush all of my skin. I became even more uncomfortable. And I embrace even more being uncomfortable. And I believe that that is one of the things that you don't hear enough in this space that can really make a huge difference. You freaking know that what you're doing brings you to your edge. And sometimes every so often during a week or during a day, you find yourself wondering, what the freak am I doing? Oh my God, like, what is this? You find yourself in these moments of, How about if you, instead of wanting to make things more comfortable and easy for you and cry because the circumstances are not different, with all due respect, you were to lean more on that edge and find out how much more uncomfortable you can be. What if I was to launch this thing, even if it's going to take me out of my comfort zone and I may fail? What would happen? Let me do it. What if I was to try this thing? What if I, this, that? Use your body also. I mean, I love being uncomfortable in the body because, again, like if you embrace patterns of every time I'm in my stretch zone, I meet my new capacity, you become really powerful. So what if you were instead to lean in on that edge, just to figure out who the F you truly are? Your day to day is going to stretch you anyways. But when you also, so when you also step into it with this mindset of this and more, the only reason why you feel stretched is because you are meant for more. And holding more cannot be bypassed. You need to experience it and stabilize it and then stretch again. Experience it, stabilize it, and then stretch again. There will come a point when you're not going to be stretched by your launches and the amount of people in your world and your brand and everything. All of that will come super easy, but you will feel stretched because you are now receiving and downloading a full codex, and you're downloading things that, like, you're taking a planetary mission now. Like, this will never end. Evolution never ends. Well, we played this game at the finest. I would love to know, if you're here, what has been your biggest takeaway from today? What is one thing that you could say, yes, like this really landed for me, or one thing that reflects you back on something that you're going through that feels like, yes, I was meant to listen to this, and this is what I'm receiving from your words, Marga. If you are watching the replay on Facebook, please comment with your biggest takeaway, because that way you anchor it and I also get to see it. I may respond fast or not, or just heart it, but I know that, or if you're watching it on YouTube, that you fully receive this. Very inspiring, says Kira. Yay. So, beautiful souls, this is the year of receiving more. This is a year where there are no limits. And if you're someone like me and you are tapped into the same frequencies, babe, like this momentum that your mission and your life is picking up is cannot be stopped by yourself, not even for yourself, like by you. And so my wish for you is that you lean in and you embrace this, because this and more is what you are capable of. You are a blessed human being. You are at the forefront of an industry that doesn't even exist. And when this thing starts to blow up, it's going to mean a lot of people in all the different levels in your offerings. This is immense. I love you so much. Just a general, also awesome pep talk, re-inspiring, confidence boosting, all round supportive. I love you so much. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna reach out very soon to you, Kira, because I want us to co-create something amazing for our communities. Thank you so much for tuning. Mission Soul Live. See you next Monday, 10 a.m. EST. Let's conquer this world and ourselves. Bye-bye.